London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. All right, this one's titled Gen Z is Crashing Out. Sounds about right.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it. Especially the 2000 babies. I am seeing it. Asking, what's the point? What's the point? What are we working towards? Why are we working nonstop just to barely get by? I feel it. It's heavy. And I'm scrolling through the comments, and everybody's saying the same thing. I'm tired. I feel this sense of doom. Nothing feels real anymore. Not just talk, right? It's not just talk, it's a collective heaviness. And I'm 27, right? I'm an older Gen Z, but still Gen Z nonetheless. And I felt this in high school, right? The idea of working a 9 to 5 and then coming home and just entertaining yourself and then repeating the next day. Back then, it was already something in my spirit rejecting that. And now, more and more of us are waking up and asking, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? The American dream ain't a dream no more. The American dream is dead. It's survival. It's exhaustion. It's wild because millennials feel it. Millennials feel it. Gen Alpha, they're picking it up. And the boomers, they ain't really talk about it. They ain't really talk about it. But now everything's coming to the surface. People are thinking about leaving the country. I don't blame them. I've been having those thoughts myself. Living where life doesn't cost your soul. You know what I'm saying? Living where credit doesn't rule you. Where you don't have to work yourself into a grave just to live decently. And we're up against a lot in this system, right? Let's be honest. Like AI taking jobs, people are already having trouble finding work. Job market ain't good right now. You know what I'm saying? People's benefits getting cut. People in chaos right now. People really going through.
I was just thinking when he said, what's the point of going to work? For a long time, even now, for me at least, I'm 35, was to have fun after work. Nestor, was that like, does that make sense to you?
That's almost like the point of life.
Yeah, but that's what obviously I know. And I said something recently where I need to correct myself. In a recent video, I was saying, like, I'm 35 and I've never really had a problem getting a job. But something that I didn't really think about is every job I've ever had, and I've had like 15 different jobs, every job I've ever had was because I knew somebody, except for one job, which was at TGI Fridays. That was the only job that I did not have an assist into, where like I knew the assistant manager, or I knew a guy that worked in the kitchen, or my mom knew somebody, or my dad owned the business. Every single job I've ever had, to be fair, I knew somebody. And then I was thinking to myself, nowadays they only want to hire people with experience. So they'd rather hire me, the 35-year-old, than somebody like Nestor's bitch ass here, who's got a college degree. Actually, you're 28, though. Yeah. So now I feel like if you did want to go into the job market, they'd take you more seriously.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're 24, 22, what experience do you have? And they're not going to pay you. But it's crazy that like 27-year-olds are speaking like this, because even at 27, I was still like focused on enjoying life. I am still till this day. But it's kind of bizarre when you really break it down. But I understand where they're coming from. I've always felt this way. I mean, I'm doing YouTube for a living. I get it. Nestor, you don't want a real job, yeah?
Never.
No, exactly. So we understand. But yeah, anyways.
Do it, bro. Like I talk to people generally, heart to heart. People are going through it. Don't believe everything you seeing. Not everyone's out here living the glamorous influencer life. You might be doing well if you rich and you live in that life, okay. But for the majority of us, it's not like that. On top of the political chaos.
All right, politics aside, we all know that's bananas, okay? But even the influencer thing, right? Like what I'm doing here, most people doing YouTube are not rich. They're working people. Like, this is just a new job. I'm still doing this so that I could just afford everything and then have fun and try my best to enjoy life. Technically, Nestor, I don't know if you know this, Nestor helps run both of these channels now, okay? He reached out to me like 6 months ago and said, hey, dude, I don't want a real job, and I want to help you grow this, and I'll work for pennies. And he did. And then he graduated, and we gave him a promotion, and now he works for quarters. So, but my point is like, technically, if you didn't know this, we're in like the 1% of influencers. And I don't mean millionaires. I mean, we're making more than like 50 grand a year. So really, it's a small facet of society that can be an influencer. It's a really tiny percent. So it's all still fucking really hard. So I do understand what he's saying, but just to clarify that, it's not what it seems. All right, here we go. The food makes us sick. Okay, we're not going to read that one. We know this. Born in 1997, oldest Gen Z. We fighting for entry-level positions with millennials because Gen X got cooked by boomers. All right, this guy's slang is off the charts here. All right. The boomers know damn well what's going on. They just pretend it doesn't exist because at this point they're getting rich off misery, of the misery of younger generations. To be fair, dude, not to defend boomers, but if I was in my 60s and I was doing pretty well, I wouldn't give a shit either. Like, dude, by the time, have you even met a 75-year-old? They don't care. They don't care. They don't give a shit. They're on their way out. What's their, like, they've done it. They did it. Of course they don't care. So, society will crash when everyone asks, what's the point? I think the point is to kind of try and enjoy your life, but I do understand it's hard when you don't have any money. I felt this since high school, like something was off and nobody around me could explain it. Yeah, that my first time was actually in like 6th grade. I remember going, wait, I have to get a career? Like I was like thinking to myself in 6th grade, like they were talking about college. Did you experience that?
Oh yeah.
Like 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
No, around middle school it was that's when the career brainstorming.
Yeah, dude,
started.
it was like it felt intense.
Yeah. A lot of pressure.
Dude, I was like playing dodgeball. I was just playing dodgeball, dude. And then 30 minutes later, they're asking me what I want to be when I grow up. I was like, what? Like
that is a big question when you think, what do you want to do for the rest of your life
at 12?
Yeah. When
I was just playing freeze tag, dude. I just making sure we're all on the same page here, honestly. Okay, ever since I graduated in 2018, I've been feeling all of that. Damn, I graduated in 2008, so welcome to the club. I work 2 jobs to still be short on rent at the end of the month, and I'm hungry. Oh, that's fucked up.
oh shit.
Gen Z spent all those years dragging millennials on social media just to end up in a worse situation with 2 Trump presidencies. Yeah, we're all in the same boat when you break it down. Oh, to be fair, though, I got to experience a little bit of just being able to have one job for a while, which now I do too. But I mean, I got to at least experience like rent being pretty chill, you know, $1,200 for a 3-bedroom house, unheard of, you know. Well, maybe in Arkansas or something, it's still like that, but in Florida, it's not. All right, I'm 42, Gen X millennial here. The level of disassociation and unrealness here is unfathomable. I can't read for you guys. Yeah, but you'll get there. Yeah, I do think it gets easier the older you get, honestly. Older Gen Z here. Back in high school, I had the gut feeling to move to Europe. Glad I listened to it. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of like, have you been out of the country?
A few times.
I'm kind of, I don't know, man. I'm traveling and stuff. I'm going to Costa Rica coming up. I'm gonna feel it out, but I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been, so I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe I'm a pussy. Maybe I'm scared to leave the United States. Maybe I'm institutionalized. I don't know. Born in 1999, he goes, this ain't it. I'm 26 and see no future. I've been thinking about leaving America as well. The problem is that a lot of the world is going through this as well. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think it's all like the same bullshit. Let me hear the rest of this guy out real fast.
The talks of war, you know what I'm saying, pandemics and all that. It's a lot. See, I was in the middle of Costco the other day, and I got stopped by a lady. She looked like she was an older millennial, and she was asking me about the rice in my cart. And next thing you know, she's like, I don't even really know what to eat anymore. You know, because it seems like everything here is just, we're being poisoned here in America. The artificial dyes and the preservatives. And we're in the middle of Costco talking about it. We confused about what to buy. We don't know what to get. Because it seems like everything's just slowly killing us. Getting us sick and having to go get medical bills that are expensive on top of everything else. We are grieving systems that we never asked for. And then we're just expected to keep going like everything's just fine. I mean, even relationships ain't the same no more. Like, relationships, bro. The internet done shifted everything. It's like nobody's really healing. Everyone's just surviving. I'm 27, and it's hard to even imagine what my 30s are going to look like. But I do know this. I'm not a pessimistic person, right? I'm a very positive soul. If you know me and you speak to me, you know I like speaking life into people. Mm-hmm. But when I take an objective look at just what we're dealing with in these systems filled with fear, it is chaos. It is a lot, right? When you really get into it.
I'll leave the link to this guy down below, but when he says, like, this is chaos, Nestor, when you leave the house, does it feel chaotic, or does it feel pretty... It feels pretty chill?
For the most part, yeah. There's some situations, you know, something that you said recently that resonated with me and my friend group is that everyone feels like we're always in a rush to go or do something.
Yeah.
Yep. But we don't have anything to do. It's just, it's so weird.
Yeah. So what I was saying is like, you go to the function, right? Like 4th of July just happened. I went over to my boy's house, my uncle, the family. It lasted about 2-3 hours, and then it was almost like immediately everybody was ready to go.
Yeah.
It's not all the time, but it feels more often than not. You meet up with people, and then it's almost like instead of going, this is the day, it's like an hour later, it's like, all right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But it's like, where the fuck are you going?
Yeah, like we got nothing to do.
Yeah, it's like, where are we? This was the point. Like, I've been working all week to do nothing with my friends and family.
Yeah.
That's how, so it does feel, that is one thing I will say. But to be fair, people are still moving and grooving. They're still, like, we're still making it happen. Like, I live in South Florida. I don't know how Orlando is, but here we have a lot of, like, Cubans, Mexicans, Haitians. And they seem to be doing it. Like, they seem to be thriving.
Yeah, not thinking about it, really.
Yeah, they seem to be fucking doing it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know the gas station we went to?
Yeah.
The guy, Peter, that works there, Mexican dude. He's got 2 kids. He's 35. He's fucking doing it. He's working at a fucking gas station.
And he was blasting music.
He's hanging out. He's always smiling. He's always in a good mood. But maybe he has a different perspective than us.
Yeah.
Maybe these people come from actual third world countries. You know, when people say America's a third world country now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I doubt that. It's like, I don't think so, because the people coming from Haiti and Cuba and Mexico, aside from them, like, you know, the whole protest and all that, besides that, they seem to be pretty stoked.
Yeah. And even just a simple job, a simple life that fulfills them.
That's it. We're going to end on that note right there. I think less is more. I'm going to say it 1,000 more times. A man with no bills is a rich man. I believe that. Like how I said earlier, we're in the 1% of, like, influencers. We're not the 0.1%, the millionaire group, but we're in that 100,000 plus mark. Just to be transparent. But I haven't raised any of my bills. There's no point in that, because the moment I do that, I'm going to feel exactly like this again, right here. So, I don't know the answer, but I do know keeping your bills low is pretty key. Anyways, I'll leave the link to this guy down below. Hell of a talk. Nestor, you got anything else to say?
Nah, appreciate you guys.
Getting the fuck out of here. And get used to Nestor being here, guys. Okay? He's part of the family now.
Thank you so much.
That's so gay. Later.